Hello, my dear student, class 11. Today I am going to discuss about the poetry The Sick Rose, written by William Black. So it's a normal rule before going to the descriptions of the poetry, you have to study about the poet and the time. Now today I am going to discuss about these points. এই পয়েন্টসগুলো আজকে আমি ডিসকাস করব the poet and his time, substance of the poetry, source of the poetry, title, description of the poetry with external and internal sense, and finally I will tell you about the central idea. দেখো এর সাথে কতগুলো ওয়ার্ড আমরা দিয়েছি, যেমন ও, দাও, আর্ট, হাউলিং, ফাউন্ড আউট, ক্রিমসন, ডেস্ট্রয়, এই ওয়ার্ডগুলো তোমাদেরকে কিন্তু জানতে হবে. So let's start about William Black. William Black was born in 1757. He was a well-noted famous poet in London. He was born in a very low-income family, in a hosiery sales family. So he had no formal educations deeply. Means he had no perfect environment about the proper educations, but he got it. In his very childhood, he studied the Milton, Shakespeare, and others easily. He was a real painter also and an engraver. He is a famous figure of the English Romantic movement. Black's poetry is marked by intense spiritual vision. অর্থাৎ being a poet, William Black tried his level best to discuss about the eternal life, eternal love, and mixed up it with the spirituality of life. When there was an English romantic movement was going on, he established a new ideology to detect the society's error of the society, to detect the kinds of innocent and illegal people who are actually destroying the belief of the society. His most famous work are Songs of Innocence and Songs of Experience, Marriage of Heaven and Hell. Out of that, a lot of he had written A Cradle Song, Holy Thursday, The Chimney Sweeper, The French Revolution, America and Europe, Songs of Experience. This great man actually want to aware the whole world that the meaning of true love, the discrepancy of the society. He imagined the real sensations of heart, the true romantic philosophy, and the liberty of heart. What symbolizes that the society is really painful when an innocent one is treated badly. Now this poetry the Sikh rose actually give us a different idea that the sick, asusto, illness, and one other way the rose symbolizes the love, the pure love. But the vulgarity of the wings, that the worms or insects implies that how the bad affected the negative effect of life in love. And day by day, the rose turn into towards the death. Allegorically, if we think, রূপক অর্থে যদি আমরা বিষয়টা একটু ভালো একটু মন দিয়ে ভাবি, that love never be Ellie. Now love never be sick. It's continued. It's always spread the crimson joy. But somehow the sexual pleasures of our country, of our mind, destroy the meaning of love. In that sense, the Sikh rose is no doubt successful. In this poetry, we have seen the two-part songs of innocence and songs of experience. This poetry actually provide you the part of experience, that songs of experience. And this poetry also symbolizes one way the rose, other way the wand. How the conflict between the experienced and inexperienced one, or experience and innocence one, whatever you can think. So before going to the poetry, you just try to realize the story of this poetry. The poem actually speaks us about the clearance of internal love, sensuous love, what never been feel without a pure mind, without a pure heart. The emotions, the real feelings, what creates the love in your mind and make you more lovable, more, simple in this earth, and allowed everyone in your surroundings. But whenever this innocence, this purity affected with something, with the vulgarity, with the sexuality, with the negativity, the society blame her. We never blame to the original culprit. We blame to the things what actually happens in front of your eyes. And that's why the society destroy the truth of love. On the other hand, the poet gives us a message here that love is no doubt creative. On the other hand, it is destructive. When love creates something, everybody enjoy it. Everybody gets freshness in mind. That is called actually platonic love, pure love. It cures your mind, it gives you comfort, it soothes your mind, it reveals a new one in your life. But when love is turned into vulgar, it turns into destructive. It destroys both you and your lover, which turn you towards the remotes of your life, negativity of your life, and ultimately it gives you a lot of sufferings. Maybe that suffering somehow turns you towards the death of life. That is the truth. Now, once upon a time, a rose welcomed an invisible one in his crimson bed due to the howling storm in outside. And day by day, these insects got the real comfortability inside the flowers, and rose given him the real welcome of life. But ultimately, it turned into towards the love. And you know, when the rose, when the purity is, or the pure essence, attract everyone. The experienced one, the insects, did all. He had done all his work and did the turn the pure love towards the vulgarity, towards the sexuality, and ultimately rose in problems. Our society never detect the purity. It's turned the reflection of the reality. What they have seen, what they never been feel, and they made the culprits the rose. And ultimately, Rose was unable in this society to expose her feelings, her idea, her wants. She was painfully died without saying anyone, without informing anyone. So it's a great information to us. If we are not aware about it, if we are behaves like the rose, like the innocent one, the society will be destroyed. O rose, thou art sick, the invisible worm that flies in the night, in the howling storm has found out the bed of crimson joy, and his dark secret love does thy little destroy. O rose, thou art sick. Someone is making him welcome. Hello, my dear Gulab, my dear rose. You are not so perfect. You are not so pure. The invisible worm that flies in the night. And you know that invisible worm, what is not visible, Adrishya, disguised and concealed worm, has taken the place inside the flowers. What happens in that howling storm, in that heavy storm, when the insects actually urging heartily towards the rose to get the shelter, and lovable one, simple one, pure one, actually allow him to get the flesh inside the cozy bed. And what happened? In the howling storm has found out the bed of a crimson joy. That was the reality. The innocent rose allow him to get the real protection in this panicking storms. that was violent, which disturbed the whole atmosphere. Maybe it will ruin the life. But what happened? And this dark secret love, day by day, it's proceed on. One after one, the insects and the rose loved to each other. The rose purely loved him, but the experienced insects does his duty. It turns the purity towards the vulgarity, towards the sexuality, and ultimately the rose was pregnant. And it was impossible in our society to disclose the matter. And if she disclosed the matter, what would be happening? You know all very sincerely. Everyone will blame to the rose. So the rose secretly hidden herself inside the cotton. She never exposes anything in front of the society because of the silence. Because she knows very well the society will blame her. They do not verify the matter, that what was situations and who is the actual culprit in these circumstances. And ultimately it increases the pain in the mind of rose. And what happened, you know? That will destroy, that will ruin the life of the genuine purity of our love. That's all, my dear students. 3টে কোশ্চেন্স তোমাদেরকে আমি দেব। 3টে কোশ্চেন্স তোমরা লিখবে। Number 1, who is the poet? Number 2, how many lines does the poet The Sick Rose actually consist of? Why is the rose sick? What do you mean by platonic love? What does the poet suggest us? What does the word howling storms refers to? To which collection of poems does the poem The Sick Rose belong to? Who has destroyed the life of the rose? What does the rose and the insect symbolizes here? Why does the poet use the word destroy? Why is the bed of the rose crimson? That's all. Thank you very much for watching this channel.